Hello my budget audiophile hobo friends. The gods of budget audio have smiled upon us this day. So today, let's look at the KBEAR KS2 and determine whether or not it's worth for you trading in your last sandwich for a pair. What's cracking audio fans? It's David here from Prime Audio Reviews, and here is the KBEAR KS2. These little guys come in at a price of around $23 or $24. It is a dual driver IEM, hybrid IEM with one 10mm dynamic driver for the bass and a balanced armature driver for the mids and treble. So starting off as always with the build quality, let's get in a bit closer. Right, so here they are. Pretty simple, straightforward build where we've seen this type of shell several times before. It's a pseudo custom type shell. Pretty basic, but they conform really well to the ears, and that is the case with these because they are super comfortable. They've just got the KBEAR logo on the faceplate, the QDC type 2-pin connectors there, aluminium nozzles with the protective mesh, and yeah, not much else to say about the build. They are made from acrylic and they are extremely lightweight, and at least for my ears they are super duper comfortable. Alright, so without any further ado, let's get right onto the sound. Now so in terms of sound, with the KS2 you get a V-shaped signature with punchy bass, clean mid-range, and a sparkly but non-offensive treble. They've got great clarity and they've got an excellent soundstage, a very large soundstage. Let's break it down now, starting with the bass. The KS2's 10mm dynamic driver is a star performer. It's not every day you find a bass quality like this in a budget IEM. These have a bass that convey authority along with control and tightness. What I hear is a fairly fast and well-defined attack with a medium decay speed that gives the sound a natural weight. The mid-bass and sub-bass are fairly linear with each other, which results in slightly more emphasis on the sub-bass. Although these are only moderately boosted in terms of quantity, they can definitely deliver some thunderous bass when called upon. So they get a real solid rumble going on. Moving on to the mid-range, while there is some warmth inherited from the bass, the mids come through clearly and vocals are nicely articulated, even if they do come across a bit thin from time to time. The mids are slightly recessed, which is what you expect from a V-shaped signature, but they don't sound hollow or distant. They still have a good amount of density and body to them. Although, like I said, male vocals in particular do sound a little bit thin on occasion, but as a result you get that great articulation, that good vocal clarity and texture. And finally, the treble. There's a good amount of sparkle and energy in the KS2's treble that add to it their fun presentation. It does add a touch of brightness to the sound, but it's not harsh or sibilant. It isn't the most accurate of treble, but shit, for around $20, I'm not going to nitpick. So overall, the treble is pretty good. It's a bit on the lively side, but it is not harsh. As I alluded to earlier, another area where the KS2 shines is in its soundstage, which is larger than average in both width and depth. This is a result of the tight bass, the slightly pushed back position of the mid-range, and the sparkle up top in the treble. So to sum up, what do I like about the KBEAR KS2? Well, I love the bass. It's a good mix between speed and impact. It has good control, it has a fair amount of texture and a pretty good leading edge. I like the clarity in the mid-range, and vocals come through very articulated and very clearly. You can really hear a lot of detail in there. I like the treble, which has some sparkle without any of that chi-fi sizzle. And lastly, I love the price, just 23 bucks. What I don't like about the KS2, I am not particularly a fan of this cable. It is not a terrible cable, but it is a tangly little bastard, and if you're not careful, you'll end up with a bunch of knots every time you pull it out of your pocket. Of course, it can be replaced, but keep in mind, if you do that, you will need, well, you might need a QDC connector. Regular cables, 2-pin cables should work, but they don't always sit flush with these connectors. Now, if you want to see comparisons with the KZ ZST-X, the CVJ CSA, and the KBEAR KB04, go and check out the written review. There is a link in the description. I'm not going to talk about all these here because that would take forever, but go and check that out, and check out the Discord channel if you're into that as well. So will you be trading in your lunch money for a pair of KS2 earphones? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and until next time, I'll see you later.